Welcome back to Limbus Company, Daily Mirror Dungeon. We're going to be using the randomizer once again. There's been no changes to it yet, but I'm currently working on kind of rewriting it because I want to fix a lot of things with it, and that may take a while, but for now we're just going to keep on running this version. We've still only seen like a fraction of the prescripts I have, in here so far. If we get one of the prescripts I've already gotten, then I'll like re-roll it, but if not, we'll just see what else this run has, what Zane this run gets. All right, this is an interesting one. Prescript fundraising. Do not spend any cost at any point in this run. All right, so that means we're just going to need to build up cost, and we're not going to be able to spend any of it. So shops aren't going to be very beneficial for us at all. As far as the actual team goes, interesting stuff. We'll take Perversion, sure. So first off, we've got Base Ryoshu, we've got Warp Faust, Boatworks Ishmael, Sancton, Blade Lineage Yisong, Chef Gregor, and Rhino Mersal. Interesting stuff, that's for sure. So basically, you get Red Eyes Closed, and that's it. Faust, Warp Faust, with Hexnail Telepole. Ishmael is more Boatworks, and she gets Capote Art of Blossom Star, aka which is basically what I always run on her anyways, funnily enough. Dawn, Sancton, with Luidsack and Stew. Bladed Lineage Yisong. He gets Wishing Cairn and Sunshower, so the full sloth Eagle loadout for him. Chef Gregor with Base Saiyan and Lantern. And finally, Rhino Mersal. And he just gets Regret. Alright. Seems good. Yeah. And we'll roll with this team. I'll make sure I get the team order going before I actually change any of that. So it's you first, Faust, Ishmael, Dawn, and then you. Gregor will be 6, and Mersal will be 7. Okay, seems good. Yeah. But basically, I just have to rewrite like how like the main randomizing part works in order to get like some things. I want to get I want to get a little bit more complexity with it, like stuff like my eventual goal being so you can just customize what you do and don't have. Oh yeah, that's right. I should put the prescript in the bottom left corner, like I did the last week. Just so that it's, there. Here we go. Because chances are it's not going to be blocking anything. And it's a cool thing to include there. I guess just so I don't forget. Otherwise, I might. Even with it there, I might forget. I tend to forget things a lot. But yeah. And of course, I'll make sure I get, I'll put Warp Yisong into the system. If nothing else, I'll do that. Hopefully I, like, fully rework the randomizer before Wednesday, because that is when I usually like to actually, update the randomizer. Haven't done much with it in a while, though. Mainly just because I've been busy with other stuff. Stuff like the funny video essays I've been doing. Stuff like the workshop one, and of course more recently the Abno classification one. Very appreciative of how much support that one's gotten, by the way. It's quite a lot already. And it's only been like 2 days. Oh wow, we got one of the best abnormalities for building up cost in the run where we don't have any need for cost. We can take Blood, Sweat, and Tears then, though. We don't need to take the 100 cost from the other option. And don't make any expression, get the blunt damage up. Unga bunga, as they say. The abnormality classification is at 6.5 thousand views right now, jeez. That's a lot. I think the workshop one is like similar numbers, but the Abno classification one, the numbers went up like super fast. And so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I've got more stuff like that planned. We'll see, you know, how fast I get them out. Like, it's just gonna be like every other week or something. Really depends on how much I work on them, though. And there's other stuff I want to do, too, so, you know, who knows. Let's see. Okay. Base Ryoshu's fun. Base Otis is definitely the best 1-star, but you know, Ryoshu is my favorite, probably gameplay-wise. It's just funny, like such a funny passive, just deal and take 25% more damage. Shame that it's on, you know, a Gluttony or Absolute Resonance, or not an Absolute Resonance, just in 3 Resonance of Gluttony. But it is super funny. Pretty good, solid. I mean, there's just a lot of 3 stars in general. Like, if I wanted to make this run more interesting, I should have, like, deselected 3 stars. That could be funny. Who knows, though? We can get a Pride Resonance going. That'll be good if we can actually get decent speed using Noble Duel. But the issue is, you've got a 2-6. You are not outspeeding the enemies very frequently. That's fine, though. Salut. Declare duel against this guy. I feel like I still haven't ever made, like, a lot of use out of Declared Duel. I feel like it's a super cool status effect, but it just really doesn't get its time to shine. Because, like, Dawn's got to be the one to clash against this guy. So, and, like, most abnormality is, like... I guess the best time to use it is, like, Abno boss fights, because, like, Pekka Tule die far too quick to get much benefit out of it. But, like, just being able to gain a bunch of haste from just, like, attacking it is super cool. I don't know, maybe I'll try and do that this run. Just get a good benefit from Declared Duel. Could be a fun thing to do. We'll see, of course. Hard to say what I'll be able to manage. What boss we get probably matters a lot. But there's definitely some bosses we could just have Dawn just clash against a bunch. Especially because she's like, what, 2nd in the order? No, she's 4th in the order, so she's definitely not getting her 2nd speed slot very quickly in normal fights. And she would pretty much never get it in Abno fights unless we kill a couple people. Reduce its team size a bit. There's victory, though. And what do we take here? Rupture is cool. Sinking on all those sanity people. Iron Stake is good, too. I'll stick with the battery, though. It's a solid one. We don't have any Rupture at all from the looks of it, so, you know, I'm not going to get the most benefit from it. And, of course, this time we're probably using, like, bottom path, too, because, like, there's no benefit from going to the shop, so I'll prioritize other stuff. I'll still definitely, like, pass by shops a lot of the times, because, you know, then it's just less fights. The only reason you really want to take fights, like, over not taking fights is for cost, which does not benefit us at all. So, you know, it's not great. Beyond, how much do you need? Like half? Yeah, you can do this. We've got Chef Gregor on the team now. I believe in him. He's gonna win this clash. He's the true peak unit after all. Look at that. Look at him gaming. Look at him staggering that guy. Well, what a god tier unit. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. It's a good song. We're what? Is it 9 days away from... Yeah, 9 days away from Canto 5. And we're about to get a bunch of banger music. We heard like a... We heard one of the songs already, I'm fairly certain. Because like whatever, like the Walpurgis Night trailer, I think used a song we had never heard before. That could just be like the Walpurgis Night music or something like that. But there's a decent chance that's going to just be like something from Canto 5. We'll see. Although it's still such a huge question of, you know, what egos are we going to be getting in Canto 5? You want to know? Question of the day. What egos / abnormality stuff do you want to see from the Battle Pass for Season 3? Because so far, all we know about is Blind Obsession, which is the name of the one Ishmael's getting. What else do you hope to see? And like, personally, I'm expecting, if any Mirror Dungeon Abnos, we're probably going to see the Walking Pearl. Because the Walking Pearl, in case you don't know, is the one that seems very clearly to be based on U Corp. Because it's the one that's like in like the green like slosh, like the trash crabs you are fought in SEA. So that one definitely seems to be closely related to U Corp in some way. So maybe we'll see something like that. Although I do think there's a pretty high chance we're going to see mostly new Abnos. Who knows, though? I'm trying to think what else, like, in the Mirror Dungeons could be, like, water-themed. Not a lot else coming to mind. I'm sure there's definitely more of them that could definitely fit. I'm going to look at a list of them on the side here, see if I can think of anything that would make sense. Oh, these guys are dying. Excellent. Let's see. Yeah, what do these seem aquatic? Walking Pearl, of course. Not really anything else. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like Sleepyhead, which is the one that's like the weird like bird like tips over and it's like filled with water, but like that's not even, that's just vaguely water related above anything else. Maybe we'll get more, like... I mean, we could always get Ego for, like, a lot, like, Lob Corp abnormalities. Even though it seems like they're gonna try and, like, keep that to, like, Walpurgis Nights from now on, we still did get, like, stuff like 4th Match Flame in the first season's Battle Pass. So we could get, like, some other, like, vaguely ocean-like Egos from the Battle Pass, from Lob Corp abnos. Like, once again... Not really thinking of much here beyond, like, the obvious, that being, like, Welcheers and Dreaming Current, but we're not getting Dreaming Current Ego, that's for sure, because of the Still Current, whatever it's called. The aberration of the Dreaming Current, is what Ishmael gets an Ego for. That's what Blind Obsession's from. It's called, like, something Still Current, I forget the exact naming of it. I was like, what else is there in Lob Corp that would make sense as an aquatic thing? There's definitely like yin and yang are kind of fishes. I mean, they are fishes. That's undeniable that they are fishes to some degree, but they're not very aquatic fishes. No needs healing, excellent, and no need to spend costs there, so we move on to the fight. So now I'm gonna look over a list of Lob Corp abnormalities. Okay, counterattack. And see if there's anything there that seems aquatic, because, like, not really. Bloodbath? No, Dreaming Current, but, like, Meat Lantern is vaguely fish-like. It's an angler fish, but it's like a land one, and we've already got an aberration of that in the form of Fey Lantern. Yin and Yang, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're mostly going to see new stuff we haven't seen at all in this upcoming Kanto. Because, like, I definitely think that not all the avenues we're going to see are going to be water-based, of course. But I think there's going to be a lot of them. Just because, like, of course there's going to be. They're in the middle of the ocean, like... Unless they get to, like, some island or, like... We don't know where the Lob Corp branch is even going to be in Kanto 5. Like, I think it's pretty safe to say that it's drowned. It's, like, under the water. Based on that, like, one image from the trailer of there being, like, a boat under the ocean. And there's also... We can actually tie this back to, a very specific thing in Lob Corp. That being the actual... The Flesh Idol, which is a tool I've known in Lob Corp, says it was found in the Drowned District. We still don't know if there's actually, like, anything, like, in the sea, like, as far as physical, actual, like, settlements go. So, it's very possible U-Corp Nest U is the Drowned District. And that we're going to be exploring that Drowned District, which is going to have the Lob Corp facility. And maybe there's going to be, like, Abnos roaming around. Because it seems like there's going to be, like, some sort of big pocket of air type thing deep below. Because that's where, like, the boat seems to be. It's actually giving me a lot of, like, Odyssey vibes. Like, whatever they're called. Like, the big whirlpool thing in Odyssey. That also has, like... Yeah, Charybdis and, Scalia. I'm pronouncing these wrong, but it's from the Odyssey. And there's like, it's like a giant monster in the sea that, like, they work together. One of them's like a big, like, giant, like, fish that, like, creates whirlpools and, like, eats you. And, like, something like that could, like, make sense, I guess. Or, like, the other thing was that, like, and then there's also skill in that situation. Like, of course, Odyssey-type stuff we probably wouldn't see until Otis's chapter, but, like, that's just the vibe I'm getting. Who knows, though? I do think being it to, like, maybe, like, that would be a great way, because if we're thinking about it from, like, the same type of, like, perspective as how they told Kanto 4, they're gonna try and break it into 3 parts. Mainly for, like, the sake of, like, kind of pacing, I guess, or... Just because it's going to be broken into 3 updates, so logically it would be 3 different parts. It's very possible the dungeon itself could just be underwater. Maybe the second part would actually be them going under the water, and then the third part would be the Lob Corp branch itself, something like that. Or maybe the dungeon might not be the Lob Corp branch only, and, like, the Lob Corp branch would be, like, a single floor of the dungeon. The entire dungeon could be, just the Drowned District. And I'm kind of ranting now. I'm not really talking about the run itself, but, like, there's so much that could be going on. And, of course, that's not even, like... That's before we even factor in, like, what's the deal with the whale going to be? Because I really have... I just kind of glanced past the whale in that, like, theory. Because, like... What is the whale going to do? I've got no clue. If we wanted to go, like, classic fantasy elements, like, the whale might, like, eat the boat, like Pinocchio-type situation. Like, oh yeah, it's a big whale. Sure, it's a big whale. And maybe the Lob Corp branch is in the whale. Who knows? The whale is such a strange... It's such a strange, like, thing to, like, theorize about, because, like, it's a whale. What is there to say about it? We're killing you, we're killing you, we're killing you, we're killing you. God. Hate Doomsday Calendar. Not like that much, but it's just like a pretty boring boss, because it's got like 4 different phases. And, like, luckily in the last phase it kind of kills itself, like Fry Shoots style, but still not that interesting. Carmilla, don't mind if I do. We got 445 cost to not spend. Like, I mean, I could take bottom path here to get an event. I like that idea. It means more fights, but you know, we get an event, and the shop doesn't do anything for us. And the rest stop only gives us healing. Yeah. I think it's probably safe to say the whale is not an abnormality. My main reason for saying that is because of the fact that Ishmael's season ego isn't of the whale, it's of a different thing entirely. Because the Still Current definitely is not the whale. That's definitely something different, even if she does appear very whale-like in appearance in the corrosion, being, you know, only seeing like a fragment of her. Being like underwater / underground. Although maybe they wouldn't do that anyways. Maybe they just... I don't know. Because if the actual final boss, or like the main antagonist of the Kanto, was an abnormality, Ishmael would probably get an ego for it. Maybe that'll just come down the line though. Because I'm thinking about how like Gregor has Legger Domain and how Rodion has Rhyme Shank. It's kind of unfortunate that like Sinclair and Yisong don't get like egos of their bosses, but it's because their bosses aren't abnormalities, they're distortions / egos. Who knows though, maybe they're gonna come up with a way to... I think it would be perfectly logical for them to be like, oh yeah, we found a way to extract ego from people and give it to you, like, through some horrifying, like, method. Not beyond the scope of reason. Though I don't think I particularly would want, like, a Chromer ego for Sinclair. I don't know, I think it would be weird. I mean, a farm watch ego would also be weird instead of an identity, but like, Nice. Now we just kill the last guy and we'll be good. There we go. I don't know. I already did the question of the day, but if you have any like theories of your own about what's going to go on in Kanto 5, you can feel free to like leave that in a comment below or something too. I'm curious what you guys think. I personally have not read Moby Dick yet. I'll probably do that sometime within the next week though. That's probably sounds like a good idea, so I can get familiarized with like exactly what happens. Because I know the basic plot: Ahab wants to kill the whale and drives everyone to like ruin, and Ishmael's the only one who like survives through like floating away in like in a coffin or something. That's vaguely it. Also, we just got Nebulizer and the Clover back to back. Alright then. Don't mind if I do. Bottom path was definitely the play. Oh, especially because we've got Yisong. Shame he's not a higher speed, but like... he's not a higher unit order. But like, he's going to be feasting this run already. Feasting on human remains, that's what. Ah. Maybe I can find like an audiobook of like Moby Dick and I can like play it in the background of one of these episodes. No. I think that would probably be like illegal or something. Cause I'd just be using someone else's work for my own benefit. I'd definitely, even if I could, I probably wouldn't do something like that. That would be kind of lame. I don't like audiobooks. I like reading. I'm a big fan of reading in general. I know. What a shock for a PM fan, I know. Either way though, I'll probably make sure I read that. I understand people who don't want to read the source material for the Sinners. At the same time, it does give you know a sense of what's going to be going on in their Kanto, which can feel lame, I'd imagine. But like I kind of like interpret it as being like being like cool. Like, yeah, I vaguely know what's gonna happen. Isn't that wacky? Also, you're getting hit by an attack, and there's nothing I can do about it, so I'm just gonna accept that. Yeah. Especially because, like, none of the books the Sinners are based off of I'd ever read before Limbus. I've read like half of them now. I still really need to get around to the other half. I just kind of haven't yet still. I haven't been like inclined to, and some of them I don't think I ever particularly want to read, notably like Crime and Punishment and The Wings. Crime and Punishment because it's super long, and it seems like it's like Russian Death Note from what I know. In a very loose sense of it. In a very loose sense of it. It's all about like the guy being like, oh no, have I been found out? Ooh. I mean, Telltale Heart's probably a better comparison then, but like, you know what I mean. I hope at least. And like The Wings, it's because I've tried reading it before. It really doesn't portray a very clear story. Because there's only, I mean, I guess more so what I'm trying to say is like, it just doesn't translate well. Like, the translation is good, like, shoutouts to, like, the translation for, like, The Wing, because it was considered untranslatable for such a long time, and then some mad lad translated it. That same mad lad also got, like, annoyed at Project Moon when he learned about the fact that they were citing it, and they were, like, ready to take legal action or something. I don't know, I don't remember the specifics, that was a while back. That's also the reason why we don't, like, get any, like, direct quotes from any of the source materials in Limbus. We don't like some, I think we still get, like, some. But, like, it's just, like, stuff, like, the Wing stuff is paraphrased because, like... Or not even the Wing stuff, I don't know if the Wings is quoted, but, like, some of the other stuff is paraphrased because, like, they don't want to use the actual translations because they could actually use the original ones, but they couldn't use the translations safely. Something like that. I'm rambling now. Anyways, I'm sure it's an interesting read. It also seems like Yi-Song is only semi-based on the book and more so based on the real person.
걱정 마시오. 최후의 혈구 하나만 남아 있다면 생명은 어떻게라도 보존될 테니.
You guys are chill. Yeah, you got this. Muriel shouldn't be too bad. I don't think. At least. I don't think. That's true, I don't. Yeah. You're staggered. Good, you can win clashes. His skill 2 is decent at winning clashes. Okay, you, on the other hand, are doing a neutral here. Although this guy resists slash, so like your other attacks aren't that great, so I'm just not gonna bother with egos. Either you win the clash or you don't. Simple as. There you go, she wins the clash. And striker's stance, just because, you know, more poise. Very nice. And you lose this clash, that's fine. It's funny, our one star, or single 1-star unit sure is the one who gets the second speed slot first. You're staggered now. This is struggling. You can, like, suddenly one-day that. Yeah, that'll work, probably. It'll stagger, probably. And the person will be, like, as good as dead next turn, probably. Okay, another stagger, that's good, and then a bit more damage too, bring that one close to death. Death's door, as they say. Okay, there we go. It's just, we did just a perfect amount of damage to Muriel so that he's barely not staggered. Rest in peace to Muriel for, you know, being, for never going to be getting an identity, it would seem. That's how it goes sometimes. He's not a particularly memorable character. He's only memorable because you fight him in, like, almost every mirror dungeon. Because there's 4 bosses on floor 3, and half of those 4 are Morel. The others are Nico and Guido. But it's because there's 2 different Morel fights. There's the normal one, and then there's the revived one. And you also do fight him twice in, the actual main game, too, because you fight him once in the revived form in the dungeon. Bleed? Yeah, or no, slash? I think that's, like, some slash. Yeah, we'll take slash. It'll be good for, like, Ryoshu and I guess especially, Yi-sang. He's kind of the star of the show right now. Ooh, definitely bottom path. And we can add you to the team now, now they're on floor 4, so we've got the entire team here, which means I can probably safely close this. I had it open this time, so that just in case something happened, so I'd be able to check what was going on. Nice. Yeah, spend all your charge. Do it. Do it. And we are winning clashes, that's for sure. Let's see, you could benefit from being hit again. Ready to crush that thing. Oh, that redirects. That's fine. And then who else is kind of going for a weakish attack? One of those two, probably. Something like this could work. Yeah. Looks good. After yesterday's run, I keep on, like, worrying, like, oh no, am I supposed to just be attacking, or is there something I need to be doing? Yesterday's run kind of messed with my brain a little bit. That was certainly something. I do definitely, question that. That's definitely going in, like, the runs that really didn't need to happen type of runs. There's definitely quite a few runs of similar natures to that. Like, of course, the Pride run was basically like the yesterday's run, but, better. Or like the one where we did like Yasod core suppression type graphics and the window was very small. I don't know how many people know the lore of Daily Mirror Dungeons. Yeah, of course, the deep lore. A lot of stuff has happened in this series. That's for sure. I mean, we're on, what, this is episode 213, I'm pretty sure. So, of course, there's a lot that happens. Of course, the most important piece of lore is Dingus Office, but, like, that's relatively recent, so, like, surely some people know that. If you don't know that, you're missing out. Nice. And just kill. There we go. No need to actually manually target there because, like, a single attack was enough. I didn't want to drag all of them. I think that's always, like, an understandable time to use auto battle. Healing, sure. We've gotten some good EO gifts, so we don't need any special. We've also got, a lot of cost. I'm very purposely not going to... I'm going to try and avoid as many shops as possible, because I've had the horrifying conclusion that this is going to be the run where I see Lunar Memory. You know it. You know it's going to happen. And I just won't be able to buy it, which would hurt so much. Probably like 2 months or so away from getting Mirror Dungeon 3, if I had to guess. That's exciting. Maybe like a month and a half. Late December, early January is my hope. Although who knows, maybe it'll take longer. Maybe they'll do like Refraction Railway 3 relatively early Season 3. And like the Mirror Dungeon you save for later. Who knows? Could reasonably go any number of ways. But there's also going to be the mid-chapter at some point. Unlike the past, like, we've got no idea what the deal with the next mid-chapter is. I mean, Project Moon's, what, 7th anniversary is coming up in like a week or so? So, that's probably when we're going to be getting, like, something special. Probably the next, like, timeline of, like, the next schedule of updates. It's definitely been a while. The last one was, like, what? Was it April? Was that when we got, like, the current version we've been, like, using to figure stuff out? I think it might have been, like, April. Or maybe like early May. It was somewhere within that time frame. That was when we learned that they were pushing back
최후의 혈구 하나만 남아 있다면
the release of Kanto 4.
어떻게라도 보존될 테니.
Noble Duel, sure.
신속히 처리.
Oh, they actually just don't have it pinned anymore. Oh, for a while they had like the schedule pinned on their Twitter, but they don't anymore. I think it might have been gone for a while now. They're probably about to like have a new one though, and I feel like their 7th anniversary is a likely time to do it.
다소 유리하구려.
Yeah, founded November 2016. Because their 5th anniversary is when we saw like the trailer for Limbus and the website released and all that like cool stuff. That was a fun day.
새겨주겠어.
Yeah, it was so fun. I think I almost drove into a street light. It feels so stupid in context. It wasn't too close, but like I didn't actually like make contact with it, but I almost did because like I was thinking about other stuff. I wasn't speeding or anything. I was just like going speed limit. I was, you know, just minding my own business. And I almost drove into street light because I just kind of wasn't thinking then. I wasn't turning fast enough or something. And then I just kind of did it. It's such a stupid thing to be talking about, that's for sure. Maybe this is relatable. Maybe you guys have also almost driven into street lights when you get good news. I know, it's because I was thinking a lot, because, like, the whole, like, the fact it was being, like, it was only, like, teased for mobile when it was released, or when the trailer was first released. They didn't mention Steam at all, because it hadn't been confirmed yet. They had only mentioned Android. Because the other platforms, they hadn't, like, technically confirmed it yet. That was a fun day. That was also when we got, you know, that was also, like, the day we got Frugal on, which is, like, really good. I don't know. It makes me tear up every time. I like Roland a normal amount. Such a good character. Okay. Well, we're clashing against Alleyway Watchdog. Who even does that? Oh yeah, I think they didn't do like anything for their anniversary last year because they were like working on Limbus still. That I think around that time is when we learned of it being postponed. Since it was originally going to be December, that's why the actual stuff for Kanto 3 is so like closely tied to Christmas. It's because Limbus was going to release like a couple days before Christmas or so. Before it was, you know, postponed so they could work on it more, which I think definitely was a smart decision. I was worried Limbus would end up being buggy, but it was not nearly as buggy as I expected it to be. That's partially just because I know Project Moon well enough. They sure do love their buggy releases. Looking at stuff like Just Said Realization. But, no, Limbus, they did, like, super... They made sure it was paused. They made sure it was ready. Don't get me wrong, servers were, you know, suffering significantly. But, they also got, like, 100,000 concurrent players on the release, which is insane. They probably weren't even... They were probably expecting, like, a quarter of that. I think they greatly underestimated the power of the free-to-play game that's on Steam and mobile platforms. What do I take here? Wrath, Bleed Effect? Oh, no, damage up on Abnos is good. We'll take that. On to the final floor. We've got almost 1,000 cost. We're definitely going to have 1,000 cost by the end. And we will go... bottom path. That'll work. Yeah, I'm definitely expecting them to do something for their anniversary this year, although we'll see what. What date is it exactly? Let me check. I'm checking by pulling up Critter Crawl Gion, since I know that was the day before their anniversary. November 19th. Or was this the day of? It's like 19th, 20th November. So their anniversary was something like that. We'll definitely get a bunch of info and stuff like that on that date. Maybe it'll like give away like a free identity or something. Who knows? Maybe they'll give away Farm Watch. No. Definitely not. We can dream though, I guess. Nothing wrong with dreaming. Even if it's, you know, unbased. Or I think baseless is the word I'm going for. I think unbased isn't exactly isn't exactly the best way to phrase what I was trying to phrase there, but you know what I mean. Surely. Okay, we'll start out with that. A lot of neutrals, that's fine. Could just mass attack and kill some of these guys, but you know, I'm not. I'm letting them, you know, live their lives, at least a little bit. Leche.
아까처럼만 해. 그럼 이번 전투도 쉽게 갈 수 있을 거야.
Not wrong in like, cause like,
결투 중에는 말을 걸지 않는 게 좋다만.
Leche definitely was the name of one of the 7 association cards in Runa. That's for sure. Which I mean is fine. It was a little odd that they made, you know, 7 association the fencing association in the first place. Like whatever they've been doing recently with 7 association being, you know, more so just, you know, information gathering and not, you know, fencing combat. Because that makes more sense for the Spanish, I guess. Or the French. Ugh. I said Spanish because of Don Quixote. I know Sank is French. I know the basics of French. I've repressed them, but I sure did learn French in grade school. I wasn't good at it. I retained almost nothing, but I sure did learn it. I know, like, biblioteca is library, which is funny because, like, that's like Library of Ruina. If it was French, the Bibliothèque of Ruina, or the Bibliothèque de Ruina, something like that. I don't even know if that's like the right like thing to use there. We can try Force with Flaming You, why not? Neutrals are scary. And also, we can Fluid Sack this guy. Kill him. Kill him. We haven't been using a lot of egos, and we've got some egos to use. So we might as well. Guess I don't know. What else could I guess I haven't, like, really mentioned the breakdown of Warp Yi-san yet this video. Like, it's cool. It's a Rupture unit. I think most people were expecting it to be Rupture focused because, you know, Dimension Shredder. It was very strange that Honglu's W Corp identity wasn't related to Rupture at all, because his one is arguably better for Rupture, for inflicting Rupture at least, because it's like, you know, a bunch of Dimensional Rift. But Yisong's is also Dimensional Rift if he's got charge beforehand, so it works too. It works too. Okay, these guys are dying. Kill them. Wave of Depression. Oh yeah, that just does like sanity damage, doesn't it? That's cool. That's cool. Okay, we get our first event now. This floor. Snake. We'll steal your prayer book. Sure. That's good for Ishmael. That's all it does for us, though, really. I guess it could be good for Fluid Sack? Fluid Sack's like sinking, right? I think it does. Once again, Dawn Fluid Sack I like never use, because I always default to Tellable, even on non-charged teams. Okay, no, is it the Corrosion that does it then? The wrong button. I'm just not used to this. Yeah, Corrosion is 7 sinking. Riveting. You know, this will be a bunch of, like, power up for yourself. And this guy's also weak to this, so, you know, it's just kind of good overall. Well, you're failing. You can Representation there then, sure. You're also failing. You can just evade that then. I believe in you. You got it. You got it. It's probably a bad idea, but, it works. Yeah, that guy's almost dead from that.
집중하지.
Very nice. Initiative gains a bunch of power next turn. Oh, this is hitting all the ones that are weak to blunt. How convenient. I didn't even notice that. I really should have, but you know. This will be good damage then. They're all stagger plus from that. Cool. That's definitely thanks to Carmilla, but it's definitely good, don't get me wrong. Carmilla the GOAT, question mark? I mean, it is.
판단이요.
금방 끝내고 버스로 돌아갈 수 있겠다. 그치?
Reminds me, I should probably check on like the speedrun.com page for Limbus. I sure am the only moderator for it, and I don't think I've checked it in like a month. I hope no one's used it.
해체 끝.
God. Speedrun and Limbus is a strange idea in of its own. So, you know, surely no one's been, you know, using it. I've got my Discord linked on that, so like anyone who actually like wants to come in contact with me if they think I'm ignoring them, because I am ignoring them. I've survived as nothing press. Cool.
잠수 준비 끝.
Who knows?
걱정 마시오. 최후의 혈구 하나만 남아 있다면
Okay.
생명은
We
어떻게든
kill.
보존될 테니.
Yeah, this looks good enough to me. The neutral is fine. Ooh. And Gregor wins these. Gregor sweeps these.
여기 썰고 저기 썰.
행복하겠는가?
난자오.
Okay, yep. That'll work well. You keep on killing? As per usual. It's a simple plan. It's a simple combat plan, but it's a good one too. Just kill them.
저리 있어. 아름답진 않아.
승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
And that just barely kills. I think it was like 7 over. She did like 9 damage with the final hit of that, but you know, still good. We get our rest stop that we can't purchase any units at, but like we don't really need to. Yeah, there is 1,000 cost. I think this is actually the first time I've gone over 1,000 cost. Yeah, everyone heals up. You're the only one who really needs it, but you know, everyone can heal up too for safety. I don't think I've ever actually like just saved up cost and run. That was an idea I really wanted to try for a while, is like starting with like Golden Urn or like Hammer. Probably Hammer's is, I don't know what's the best one for gaining cost. I probably need to do the math, but I run similar to the Pride run, except you know, instead of trying to build up as much pride as possible, I try to build up as much cost as possible, getting like the best ego gifts and stuff. So I'm sure you can get it pretty high if you try hard. Okay, we're gonna sun shower you. We're gonna do the funny strategy here just to make sure that you kill the ones we want you to kill. Yeah, that'll work. Because you'll gain a stupid amount of haste, right? You just gain 8 haste from this, because you'll kill all 4 of them, assuming you get, like, heads or so. And then everyone else can focus on dealing with the actual fox. Which should be pretty good. We'll get some sinking on the body, sure. And then we'll have everyone else clash this part as best as they can. Doesn't seem like too good right now, but then we'll just spam egos as need be. Yeah, we can use more egos. That's always the solution. More ego. Yeah, we can like red eyes you, bind you a little bit. What do you want to do? Hex nail? Probably not. Telepult? Sure. Telepult's good for warp fast. Get the passive going, make it so your charge actually does something for you. Make it so you spend less charge with your normal skills. This fight's not going to last long enough for it to matter too much, but oh well. Oh, I meant to corrode this, didn't I? Or at least check the corrosion, because we kind of want to inflict some sinking with Dawn so we can trigger the red order, get a little bit of damage up. It's a minor effect, so I'm not too concerned about it.
변해 있었어.
Also, I can probably remove the pre-script from the screen now, since, you know, that's not going to happen again. And I don't know how much it matters. Maybe it's, you know, just a bother. If it, like, particularly, like, bothers anyone, let me know and I'll remove, and I just will stop doing it. But if it's, like, if you don't really care either way, I'll probably just keep on doing it. For some of them, it'll be a nice thing to remember. Even if I, like... Only semi see it. Yeah, there we go. That was a couple kills.
그럼 이번 전투도 쉽게 갈 수 있을 거야.
Nice. Red Eyes got a little bit of bind going, a little bit of slash fragility next turn, is it? Okay. Yeah, 53 damage, not bad. Yeah, 20% more slash damage next turn. Teleport gets used here. This will give her some charge, gonna make it so she deals 2% more damage for every charge she has. Which is a pretty cool effect. Once again, I do have Faust Teleport on the wheel because this is an ego I've never built around, but I could see it having some potential. Maybe, you know, if Faust gets a better charge identity, a more damage-focused charge identity, I should suppose, then it would be good. But I don't particularly want that right now.
계속해도 돼.
Did we not attack that umbrella? I guess we didn't. Thought we did. Oh no. Oh well, who knows? That's fine. You've got 10 speed right now. You rolled a 4 this turn.
아직 벼려
I guess it's not your mineral, but you know, it's not far off. We'll get some sloth fragility going. And then we'll like fluid sack you. You know what? Why clash? Your minimum speed, or this part, it does have the slash fragility though. Oh no, this part's got the slash fragility. Yeah, of course. Stack the head. No reason not to. Kill it. We've got, you know, slash fragility on it. We've got, you know, sloth power on all our guys. Fox has 420 HP, give or take 1, but that won't matter in the end.
목을 구하고 싶다면
We're throwing rocks at you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, and we're critting you with the rocks to do 99 damage. Not bad. Not bad, that's for sure.
이 공격은 꽤 먹혀든 것 같아요.
이것도 받아보시게나.
And then, you know, depression. 80 damage, not bad either. It's neither sloth nor slash, so it doesn't get the most damage buff. But you know, it does get the damage buff. Rhino Ram. So it does a lot. Oh. You're still clashing. Whoops. Did not notice that. Oh well. That's unfortunate, because she was going for a sloth attack, so she would have done like a bunch of damage, but you know. Faust gets the kill. Nice. And that is the run done. Done and run.
보람차군. 그대들도 뛰어났네만 내가 조금 더 나았군.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, right. I keep on forgetting about this bug. It's so funny though. I just tried scrolling and it doesn't work. If I use the bar, does it work normally? Nope. Okay. Well, you can still see the numbers and stuff here. Faust took 3 damage this entire run. It's because she was too slow to clash ever. It's not because she was just really good at clashing. Although she might be decent at clashing. I don't know. Shouldn't trash on her too bad. We get our rewards though. Our 3 levels. We're making progress, slowly but surely. And, of course, to finish up this video, as always, gotcha. See if we get anything cool. 1 star. 1 star. And finally, ooh, what's it gonna be? Don't know why I've inflected my voice like that, but sure. 2 star, Honglu. Nope, Rodian. Alright. That makes sense too. I'm really looking forward to the start of the new season, in case you can't tell. I'm gonna get a couple threads. I'm gonna get a couple threads. Speaking of threads, though, more boxes. But anyways, that will be all for this time. Run was pretty standard stuff. Just no cost, just meant we had, you know, less. It was a more vanilla run than most runs. More classic Mirror Dungeon as opposed to, like, the modern style, I guess. Yeah, since, you know, there wasn't shops for a while. And, I used the time to talk a lot about various things. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!